Friday nights in the mountains hit different. Rivalries renew as August heat turns into cold mountain nights. From Mitchell to Murphy, we've got the plays, the players, and the matchups that matter. The battle for the Blue Ridge starts here. This is Mountain Matchups.
Welcome back to Mountain Matchups. The battle for the Blue Ridge starts here. Boys, we're heading into the final stretch of the regular season, and things are heating up fast. Conference championships are starting to take shape, playoff spots are on the line, and every game from here on out carries real postseason weight. This is where teams prove who they are, not just who they've been all season, but who they'll be when the lights get brighter. Corey and Warren, what's up, fellas? Warren, welcome back. How was Buffalo?
It was great. Did you guys miss me?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know about Corey. I missed you.
I always miss you, Warren. It's never the same without you, bud.
Yeah, we had a good time. Went to Niagara Falls, saw Buffalo Sabres game. Went and saw Mumford and Sons. Don't know if you've ever seen them in concert. Best concert I've ever went to. This is absolutely amazing.
I told you were going to love it. Me and Raina saw them in Nashville a few years ago. They're a good show for sure. But we're glad to have you back. I cried myself to sleep that night just thinking of you and wishing you'd been here. So it's good to have you back. On today's episode, fellas, Brevard hangs on against a tough West Henderson team. TC and Reynolds pick up steam. And later, we're going to be joined by Pisgah star running back Landon Pope. How about that? But first, it's our Game of the Week recap. And boys, let's give ourselves a little pat on the back. We've been picking some good ones lately. And this one was great. Asheville, 41 against Erwin, 35. Comeback win for the Cougars. Crazy story. Corey, you were at the game. Break it down for us.
Well, first off, I want to talk about TK Davis from Asheville. I mean, this kid, dude, he's just absolutely electric. You could feel his speed change the game almost every time he touched the ball. Asheville came out strong early with some creative play calling, a lot of bootlegs, had some H-back slips, mixing things up to make it a 7-7 ball game early on. But a costly red zone fumble from Kyson Baird in the second quarter flipped momentum. Erwin took advantage, went up 14-7, and by halftime it was 21-7 Erwin. I mean,
not looking good.
When I seen that, yeah, and it wasn't that like Asheville didn't have the talent to hang with them, but like I said, they just couldn't quit turning the ball over and having silly mistakes. But even after that, so being down 21-7 at halftime, here comes disaster. Asheville fumbles the opening kickoff of the second half. But luckily, the defense holds strong, keeping Erwin off the board. So big credit to Asheville's defense there. But I want to go ahead and jump to the fourth quarter. That's when Asheville really came alive. I mean, down 35-20, they start airing it out. And their receivers, they cooked Erwin's secondary all night long. I was wondering why they didn't keep going down the field because they were getting that in the first half too. But Tay Williams, he was responsible for many bombs in the fourth. And suddenly it's a one-score game with time ticking low. And I knew Asheville had to make some magic happen. So Erwin drives well into their territory. And I know one thing, just from coaching against these kids in middle school, like Tay Williams, he's a sophomore. I think TK Davis coached against him. Kyson Baird coached against him last year. I know that these Asheville players are taught from a young age to strip at the football when they're on defense. And what do you know? A huge defensive stop as they strip Erwin freshman running back Jabari Tolbert. And this is really what I was excited to talk about. Coach Radford just dials up an absolute masterpiece. So like I mentioned earlier, they were running that bootleg stuff all night long. Next thing you know, they run the bootleg out, but instead of going to that side, all of a sudden Tay Williams stops on a dime, throws it backside of TK Davis, who takes it 70 yards to the house. Asheville goes up 41-35 at that point in the game, and Erwin tries to threaten late. They get across Asheville's 50, I think, to about the 45, but Asheville ends up sealing it with a pick. And TK Davis and Tay Williams, man, absolute stars. Coach Radford's play calling, chef's kiss. And that comeback after all the costly turnovers, just pure grit and a gutsy win from the Cougars.
I mean, we talk about Erwin about every week about how talented they are and stuff. Do you think they're a more talented team than Asheville? Because I think they do, but it seems like Erwin always finds a way to lose games rather than win them.
I mean, I don't know. It's tough to say because after watching them Friday night, that both teams have talent. It's clear that they do. And I would honestly say they're pretty like equally talented, if not Asheville having a little more talent overall. I think Asheville's just a lot younger. Like they make the mistakes of fumbling, and especially fumbling a kickoff because the kid was trying to make a play. I mean, he come up. Like, let me shout out Erwin's kicker, dude. That night, I've never seen a kid in high school kick such perfect squib kicks. Well, they weren't even – they were pooch kicks. So he was kicking them to the sideline, and it was to the same exact spot on the field every single time, sky high. And so the Asheville kids finally was like, I got to make a play happen. Kid tried to charge it and catch it and muffed it and then gets drilled. And next thing you know, Erwin's got the ball. So
does that warm your special teams heart, Warren? Hearing that,
I love special teams. Special teams is what wins football games. Special teams and defense. But I was going to ask Corey a question. Now the quarterback battle between Tate Williams and Cade Engel. Like, I mean, you've talked about Cade Engel. He's got an absolute cannon. Mm-hmm. You think Tate Williams kind of getting the slight best of him is why Asheville ended up winning the game? Because I see Engel ended up with that pick right there. But I think it's going to be more of a QB battle. I was really interested in.
Yeah, I want to say, dude, I wish y'all could have seen Tate Williams Friday night because that kid has a freaking cannon. I mean, he can launch the ball, but see, the difference between him and Engel, and I'm not hating on, like, Engel can run it too, but he's more of like power. Like if they need him to get, what he can and run people over and try to get the first down. Tate Williams puts a move on you, he's gone. I mean, he had 3 rushing touchdowns Friday night and 2 passing touchdowns. So if that's not dual threat, I don't know what is. And the kid, like I said, he's only a sophomore. So that's pretty dangerous. If they can keep these kids at Asheville, then they got something to work with these next couple of years.
Yeah, that's tough for the freshman running back for Erwin Tolbert fumbling that ball because he had a good game, 26 carries, 112 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, he was the main reason that Erwin was winning the game. And, just that fumble was costly. It kind of seemed to have been a theme last Friday night, watching UNC fumble away a chance to win. But it happens. So if it can happen to college athletes, it can happen to high school athletes too. So
I got a question right quick. Did you guys actually stay up that late to watch that UNC game?
I did, unfortunately. I think after all the reviews and everything, it ended up finishing, I think, around 2:30 a.m., something like that. It was not fun times in my house, but sorry to get off the subject there. That's just the first thing that came to my mind. When you're trying to win a game and you fumble like that, that's heartbreaking for the kid. And Corey, you talked about him after the game. Like he's a big back. Like he's a good player. He's going to be a problem for Erwin down the road.
Yeah, he's going to be a stud, man. He rushed it well, literally all night long. Yep, just had one mistake too many.
And that game was huge for Asheville, needing some big wins going into the postseason, helping out their seeding a little bit. So we'll see what that does to their RPI. Big time win for Asheville. Big gutsy comeback win. We got anything else on this one?
Nah.
Yep. So the Cougars win 41-35. Dare I say the cardiac Cougars? I got my Carolina Panthers hat on, so it's only fitting if I give them that title. Moving on to other games in the area. Reynolds is picking up some steam, fellas. They crushed North Buncombe at North Buncombe 55-14. That is a season high in points, and they have now won 4 of their last 5 games.
Sheesh. What about old Avery Hollifield, man? Completed all 6 passing attempts for 203 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget about Colton Reimer. He's 10 for 12 for 100 yards and a touchdown, or 109 yards, rather. Then you got Caden Ray, caught 4 passes for 160 yards and 3 TDs. So, yeah, Reynolds just came out, went out to North Buncombe, put a beat down on him.
Yeah, Rockets are looking good. I saw they were 11th in RPI, so that's big time. The top 16 teams get a first-round bye, so they're sitting pretty in their class at the moment. They got a big time game against Enka coming up, though.
I do have a question. So Tyvon Patterson carried the ball 3 times for 151 yards.
Yeah, career high.
That's scary. And 2 touchdowns, might I add.
Yeah, so
3 times for 151 yards.
2 out of the 3 times you go to the house. Not too shabby.
That's tough.
Was that some Rico Dowdle kind of stuff right there?
Yeah, for real. He's trying to emulate the alumni Rico. But yeah, the Rockets are rolling. They handled business, beat the Blackhawks 55-14. Brevard 41, West Henderson 27. Boys, this game was tightly contested from the start. West scores first in the game and even took the lead early in the second quarter with an 80-yard touchdown run by, who do you think? Zane McCraw.
Yeah.
Shocker of the year there. He busted out a huge run to the left, went through the line, nobody was there, took it all the way to the house, burned everybody. But the guy, Tristan Thompson-Wynn for Brevard, he was too much for their defense. He had 3 touchdowns before halftime, giving the Blue Devils a 28-14 lead. But to the Falcons' credit, they refused to back down, keeping it within 1 score entering the fourth quarter. But the trio of Thompson-Wynn, Braylon Thompson, and Christian Conley proved too much to handle. They pull away late, extended their lead to 2 scores, and their defense finished out the Falcons. So, tougher battle than I think a lot of us were considering when we were coming into this game. West Henderson put up some fight. I was impressed.
Yeah, when you were, my bad, Warren. Whenever you were texting us during the game, I was very surprised that West was hanging that tough.
And I had a feeling. I told you that before the game. I was like, West might be able to do this, and they were right there for 3 quarters, but just couldn't get over the hump.
Thompson-Wynn, or better known as Hype, and it's just too much to handle for most of the teams in WNC. He said 3 touchdowns before halftime.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, Caleb, I think you texted us and said West Henderson was terrified to even kick to him, which has been the case most of the season, if not all the season.
Yep, they were kicking away from him.
Just a dynamic athlete. Very impressive. Yeah, West Henderson tried to hang tough, but Brevard's just a wagon, man. Just a straight up wagon.
Yeah, I do want to give a shout out to Cade Young. This was the most impressive that I've seen him play. He was 17 of 28 for 308 yards and 2 touchdowns. His poise back there and watching this game, he just looked like he was in control. Never really rushed. Like he was on the money all night long. Really impressed with that kid. And like you said, the Blue Devils, they're just really good. I should note that they had a lot of players get hurt. West had a couple as well. But I think the biggest one that I saw was Kessinger for Brevard. He went down and had to be helped off the field. I haven't seen any reports on that. I've been Googling every day to see if anything's been said about it. So I don't know what happened to him, but he didn't come back in the game. So thoughts and prayers up to him. Hopefully he's good because he's a big part of Brevard's offense, and they'll need him moving forward if they want to advance deep in the postseason. All right, let's get to everyone in Candler's favorite game of the week. TC Roberson, 41. Enka, 0. Warren, it wasn't 63 points, you idiot. What a stupid pick.
Well, I want to tell you something right now. Speaking about numbers, do you guys know what 19 divided by 19 is? I'm not exactly a math major. I was actually pretty good in math, but do you know what 19 divided by 19 is?
Corey's a teacher. I think he knows.
That would be 1.
Yeah.
Enka had 19 carries for 19 yards. That's 1 yard per carry. I cheer for Enka to win every freaking week. Every freaking week I cheer for them. Now, my 60-point odd prediction, I was just trying to be cute and funny. I thought they'd at least score, for sake.
Yeah.
And Roberson's a better team. But I thought Enka would put up a little bit of a fight. This was a dismantling of epic proportions.
Yeah.
Like Smoky Park Highway ended up in ruins almost after this game. Like Enka, they have to run the ball better. Now, I don't know what happened. Obviously didn't watch the game, but good Lord. You can't have 19 yards on 19 carries.
For sure. Corey, you got any input? Are you going to sit this one
Yeah,
out?
I was just the whole, 81 yards to TC putting up 304.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot to say, man. Things just, I don't know. It's got to be a lot better than that.
Yeah.
Things just totally unraveled a little too quickly for that game, and Enka doesn't really have the offensive firepower to come down from that kind of deficit. But props to TC. TC, Roberson and Reynolds, both of them, they're quickly on the rise in WNC.
Yep.
And good for them.
Yep. Once we got into MAC play, they really stepped it up a notch, it seems like. Quick shout out to TC's defensive players Riddick Dinwiddie, Tariq Seibert, and Edgar Gonzalez, they had 6 tackles for loss between them. That's a good stat. And then Muka Simpson, we've talked about him a billion times. 116 yards on 8 attempts and scored a touchdown. TC just had too many athletes for Enka. Let's call it what it is.
I'll give a shout out to Anderson Ford. He's 5 on 5 on PATs. A lot of people think that doesn't matter. Come playoff time, you'll find out how much it matters when teams, especially when you go deeper and deeper, teams are losing 24, 22. Like, oh, but the kicker missed 3. Yeah, you'll see.
Yep, it adds up.
Shout out to him.
So I mentioned earlier, the Jets have a big-time matchup with Reynolds coming up. We'll talk about that here in a bit. Robbinsville, 61. Rosman, 0. Pretty good game for the Black Knights, I think. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Luke Levin. 3 pass attempts, all for touchdowns.
Dang.
Or excuse me, 3.
Like
I think it was 3 completions because he was 3 for 6 for 66 yards, but they were all touchdowns. So short passes, but got him in the end zone. That's good stuff. And then Eli Lambert, he had 2 receptions for touchdowns and returned a punt, 36 yards for a touchdown. Warren, there's some more special teams for you. So they handled Rosman. We saw that one coming. Rosman does not have a great team this year. But yeah, Robbinsville rolls.
Yeah, not much else to say about that one, boys.
Nah. Swain County, 40 at home over Cherokee, 14. Listen, my Maroon Devils dominated on the ground. 401 yards rushing. Cherokee had 307 yards of total offense, but they struggled to get in the end zone. And Swain also picked them off twice and got a fumble. So it's what they've been doing all year, boys. Hard-nosed defense, pound the rock, get it done. Corey, talk about that 4-headed rushing monster for Swain last Friday night.
Goodness gracious, man. Andrew Cody, 18 carries, 140 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Zeke Glaspie, give it to him, 8 carries, 101 yards. Caden Sawyer, 11 carries, 50 yards, 2 touchdowns. Colton Schuler, 3 carries, 110 yards. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you do against that. I mean, that's a lot of backs coming at you, and they're all going to have fresh legs too, even if they go both ways. I mean, you got 4 running backs. You can do a lot of stuff with that.
I mean, hell, it sounds like one of us could have had a couple carries for about 40.
Maybe so. I'm telling you, dude, the Maroon Devils, they got a good team this year. I don't think their record is truly indicative of how tough they are. They're a good team. Quick shout out for Cherokee, Jonathan Saylor, 14 rushes, 131 yards, and he also threw for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns, but had those 2 picks we talked about. That's not going to help you win. And then a quick shout out, the East-West All-Star game was announced, and Swain County head coach Sherman Holt will be an assistant in that game. And his roster will have 2 Maroon Devils, running back Zeke Glaspie, and lineman Drew Skaggs. So congrats to them. That's a major accomplishment to be named to that game. That's good news for Swain. Speaking of the East-West All-Star game, there was another player in WNC that was named to it. It was Murphy lineman Janethy Gooden, and his team crushed Andrews 59-0. How about this Bulldogs defense, fellas? 3 of their last 4 games, they have shut the other team out.
Yeah, I mean, they held Franklin to 16 points, and they won Robbinsville to 10, and they won. They've really looked good for a large part of the season, and they've kicked it up a notch in conference play.
Let's talk about how many tackles for losses they had. 35 according to Max Prep.
Yeah,
35
can that be correct?
TFLs is absolutely insane. I don't know. Max Preps is a little iffy sometimes, but if 35 TFLs is correct, holy hell. That is absolutely, that's got to be some kind of, at least a school record, bare minimum. I don't know. Murphy's always had a pretty solid team, but good Lord.
I mean, I looked at that box score. I had to make sure my eyes were working properly. The coaches put those stats in, or whoever's the approved admin. I looked it up because it made me question it. I was like, who can put stats in on Max Preps? And it was like, it has to be an approved coach or somebody who has the password. So a
lot of teams, they have statisticians that do this for their job. So, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it, honestly, with as good as Murphy is and as bad as Andrews is. No offense, Andrews, if you're listening, but I mean, I could see it happening, especially if it's like, not just, I mean, you had 3 separate players for Murphy, each have a sack. So on top of that, I mean, I doubt Andrews tried to pass a lot.
Right.
Probably handing the ball off and just getting stuffed behind the line.
That's what it has to be. If you only had 3 sacks but 35 tackles for loss, that means you're handing the ball to the running back and he's getting -1
nowhere
or whatever.
Yeah, those poor Andrews running backs, they're probably getting hit immediately as soon as they touch the ball. They're like, "Coach, please, can we
Warren,
stop?"
That 19 for 19 stat doesn't sound too bad now, right?
Yeah, for real.
No.
And also shout out to Adrian Wynn. He had a pick for Murphy. So yeah, they're looking good. They can make some noise in the playoffs, I think. They got a good squad.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something about this Murphy team right now. The past 4 games has been 35-0, 71-0. A tough, great win against Robbinsville, 17-10, and then 59-0. I'm not going to attempt to do that math, but that's a lot of points to 10 in the last 4 games.
Yeah.
So they're turning it on at the right moment right now.
It helps to have Cameron Clem back too, man. That kid is a freaking stud.
And you said, Warren, that Franklin's going to win the state title, and they couldn't beat Murphy. So does that mean you're picking Murphy to win state too?
It's the first game of the season. Franklin's going to be fine. They might just roll to the state title.
It was at
Let's
Franklin.
go Panthers.
It was at Franklin.
He said rar.
Rar.
Yep, so Murphy keeps rolling. They're looking good. Congrats to them. Mountain Heritage, another team that's been rolling over everybody else, it seems like. 45-13 over Mitchell. Cason Jones. You guys ever heard of him?
A time or two.
Yeah, how about 4 carries for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns? he just blows by everybody. And then you got Erwin Rodriguez, the running back, 148 rushing yards and a touchdown on 17 carries. Mountain Heritage is a wagon, it looks like.
It's tough to, I mean, you got Cason Jones and Erwin Rodriguez, and then you also got a quarterback in Braden Deaton that can run it too. I mean, just another phenomenal team in the mountains.
I mean, if you can carry the ball 21 times for 264 or something like 266, you're probably going to win the football game. So yeah, I got them at Bard. Well, other than Franklin, my Panthers, but yeah, Mountain Heritage is another wagon.
Yeah, they're a good team with a big-time matchup on the horizon this Friday. We'll dig into that in a bit. Owen, 29. Madison, 22. How about my Warhorses? Let's go, baby. Owen.
Hey, I picked them too.
That's right. They were unstoppable on the ground and finished the game with 281 rushing yards. And get this, they're 4-1 when they've ran for more than 200 yards.
Well, they might want to keep running the ball like that. Good Lord.
This game ended a 3-game losing streak also at home. You never want to lose 3 games at home, so they finally got that off their back. But the Warhorses are 5-4 now on the year, and they're also sitting at 3rd in the conference at 3-2 behind Mountain Heritage and Hendersonville. So that's a good year for Owen after winning just 4 total games over the last 3 seasons. They've really improved.
Yeah, I mean, especially like we've talked about too, after they got devastated by the hurricane last year, and they've just struggled for so many years since Kenny Ford left. I mean, it's actually awesome to see Coach Faircloth get them up to 5 wins.
Yeah, Coach Faircloth has definitely changed the culture around there. Good for him and good for Owen.
Quick shout out to Hayden Burpo. We've mentioned him on the podcast before. I think he had the game-winning kick a few weeks ago. Can't remember who they were playing. But Warren, I think he might have actually been your certified dog of the week that week. But at any rate, he rushed for 104 yards on 4 carries, including a 74-yard tutty, and he also threw for a 16-yard touchdown. So good things are happening in Black Mountain. I'm happy for Owen.
You always love players that can kick, pass, and run. Yep. So, yeah, he's a total package. I ain't talking about Lex Luger either.
You could be talking about Andy Reid. You remember that video back in the day when he was a kid doing the kick, pass, and whatever it was?
He's a kick pass punt. Yeah.
He's like 8 feet taller than everyone, outweighs him by 200 pounds, and like chucks the ball 70 yards. These kids can like barely get it 10 yards. I digress. I got to quit getting off topic this episode. Hendersonville, 78. Avery County, 26. Let me repeat that. Hendersonville, 78. They put up 71 in the first half, including a 40-point second quarter. And that's
hold on. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
Insane.
Yeah, 78 It was 2 points shy of setting the school record. So at some point they scored 80. But
they had some good teams back in the day.
Yeah. This was not good for Avery. I think it was 71-12 at halftime. And that clock was definitely running, and Hendersonville pumped the brakes in the second half, which is good for them because they probably could have won by 150.
Yeah, at that rate, sheesh.
Yeah.
I want to give a quick shout out to my man Oak Markland. I know the team he's on isn't, that good this year. He got 7 passes for $178 and 3 touchdowns. So he's trying. Avery County just, what would a locker room speech look like when you go into halftime and someone put up 71 on you in the first half? Like that's just not good.
Yeah. That's tough.
But they still competed, so good for them. And props to Hendersonville's coach for, I guess, calling off the Dawgs, so to speak, because that probably could have got a little wild, like record-breaking wild.
Yeah, it was very close. Jordan Buford, how about this game? 108 yards and 2 touchdowns on 8 carries. He also returned a pick for a touchdown, and he had a 71-yard touchdown catch. So doing it on both sides of the ball. They call him both sides of the ball Buford. It doesn't really roll off the tongue that well, but that's what everybody in Hendersonville calls him, so I've heard. I'm very connected to the people in Hendersonville. All right. Let's see how these games impacted our power rankings for this week. It's time for the Battle for the Blue Ridge Top 10.
It's the Battle for the Blue Ridge Top 10. Presented by We Don't Have a Sponsor.
At 10, we have Robbinsville. 9, T.C. Roberson. At 8, West Henderson. 7, A.C. Reynolds. 6, Murphy. 5, Pisgah. 4, Franklin. 3, Hendersonville. 2, Mountain Heritage. And 1, Brevard. That is your Battle for the Blue Ridge Top 10 for Week 10. How do we feel about the list this week, boys?
Not terrible. I had, compared to y'all, I had West Henderson a spot lower and had TC up at 8.
I think TC and Reynolds are on the uppity up. The way they've been playing lately, I think they could easily bypass West Henderson next week. And I really like West Henderson. They play solid fundamental football, but momentum is definitely on TC and Reynolds' side, and we'll see how that goes.
I think the most interesting thing to me is we all decided to put Hendersonville at the 3 spot over Franklin this week. So they flip spots at 3 and 4. I can tell you my reasoning, but I want to hear what y'all have to say about why you made that decision.
You want me to go ahead, Corey? I think the way Hendersonville's played lately, they had that loss to Erwin, and they have completely skyrocketed. Like they're playing the best football of the season so far for them. So yeah, that's why I put them over Franklin. Do I think Franklin's a better team? I do think Franklin's a better team, but you have to go by what's been done lately as opposed to by what's been. A lot of people can do by what's been done lately as opposed to over the whole season. But going in the playoffs, I want to know who's hot and who's not. I'm not saying Franklin's not hot because they're a good team. They're a great team, in my opinion. But Hendersonville is on an absolute freaking roll, just steamrolling people. So I jumped them up one spot. Doesn't mean I think that they're better than Franklin, but I just had to go with the hotter team right there.
Well, Okay, I'm not going to lie to you fellas. I do have a crazy reason for this, and it is the fact that I had so much going on at work that is a typo. Those two, I was supposed to have Franklin at 3. That is my apologies. Attic Sutton, if you're listening, buddy, I'm sorry. I'm rolling with the Panthers at 3 all day, every day.
Well, either way, me and Warren beat you out for that. So because we both took Hendersonville at our 3 spot and Franklin at 4, they still would have been 3rd in the final ranking, and Franklin would have been 4. So even if you had done that,
respect it. I respect it. I mean, Hendersonville's a good football team.
I know they were playing Avery, but you put up 78 points, and their defense has been dominating teams too. So that's just, I think Warren hit the nail on the head. You got to give it to the hot team at the moment. That was my reasoning. But those are so interchangeable. Like I could easily have Franklin at 3.
I got a question for Corey though. Do you think Pisgah is a great team?
Good team, decent team. Not great.
So you have them as like the 5th ranked team in Western North Carolina. You don't think they're a great team? I think anyone being top 5 is a great team.
No, not this year. There's a lot of people down. I mean, we've had pretty much the same teams in the top 10. They've shuffled around. We've had a couple that have gotten in and they're back out. No, like I said, they're good, not great.
So you're trying to tell me the 5th ranked team in WNC, according to us, is not a great team? What would constitute a great team?
Not. Do you really want to get on this topic? A great team, doesn't have 2 losses when their overall opponent's records is 35-29. They don't give up 25 points a game. I could keep going. I mean,
you still didn't answer my question though. There's a 5th ranked team according to us in WNC. You don't think they're a great team? So you're going by strength of schedule. You're trying to tell me a 35-29 record. I mean, it's a winning record. It's not like they're playing. I'm not even going to name off teams because I won't be.
Yeah, because you don't even know what you're talking about.
I know exactly what I'm talking about. I know that you have them ranked 5th, and you think they're just good old team.
The only reason they're at 5th, Warren, is because they are like 6-2 right now, and that is because of their strength of schedule. The good teams they've played, they have lost to.
So you're this strength of schedule stuff.
Sorry, they beat West Henderson. They beat West Henderson. That was a good win.
That was a great win.
They were down.
Me and you have this whole ordeal about good and great. Like West Henderson was a great win.
Yeah, name another one.
It doesn't matter. You play who's.
Yeah, it does matter, Warren.
So let me tell you. Let me tell you something right now. So we have Murphy at 6. Do you think Murphy's a great team? Do you think Franklin's a bit?
They've played way more talented teams than Pisgah has.
Pisgah could have very well beat Franklin.
But Warren, they were down. Okay. Franklin let off the gas, and they did come back.
They didn't let off.
They were down 20-6 at halftime, brother. They are not great. They're not. Great teams don't do that. Great teams can do other things other than hand, land, and pope the football.
Well, I'm telling you, handing Putnam and Pope the football nonstop, that's strategic. There's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that?
Warren, we can cut it here because we can go on all night about this, and this episode
we can't go
an hour and a half.
I'm just saying, it's a top 5 team in West North Carolina according to our rankings, and you don't think they're great?
Come talk to me. Come playoff time, pal.
God, I hope they're listening. Pope, Putnam, all you guys listening to this, get motivated as hell, please, Lord.
I think someone who might have some input on this conversation is Landon Pope. And he was nice enough to join us for a quick interview by phone. And let's go to that now. We now welcome a very special guest. He's currently the 7th leading rusher in the state. It is the Landon Pope, running back for the Pisgah Bears. Landon's been putting together an incredible season, and we're excited to have him on Mountain Matchups to talk a little bit about his season, the team's success, and what's ahead as Pisgah gears up for the postseason. Landon, thanks for coming on the pod.
Yeah, no problem. It's a pleasure.
So I'll start us off. You've been a consistent force in Pisgah's offense this season, to say the least. What's been clicking for you in that offensive line?
I think our motto this year is if we can physically break the other team, and that's what we've been going by, and that's what I've been telling the offensive line literally every single game. Like, they have the same mindset I have. They're going to physically demolish the dude in front of him, and that's the mindset they're going to have every single play. And no matter if we run the ball, 5 times a game, or if we run it 100 times in the game. Each play, each run play, we're going to capitalize and capitalize and capitalize, because I tell them each and every day, I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for them.
Heck yeah.
Can you name a few of those offensive linemen? Because we got a DM on Instagram a couple weeks ago that we weren't giving enough props to them.
Number 51, he's usually the pulling guard on the right side. He's a senior this year. His name's Jace Cresana. Tremendous progression over the past couple of years. He started off freshman year. He was only able to bench like 115 pounds. Now he is a powerhouse. And then our other pulling guard, he's a junior this year. He's also had tremendous progression. His name's Carson Riley. And then Nick Messer's 180 pounds, our right tackle is. And he's a junior. But, it doesn't matter about size sometimes, because he's just physically there. And then our other left tackle, CJ Webb, come into the season just a defensive end, did not want to play lineman at all. He didn't want to change his number to 59. It's a triple XL jersey. He's like my size, and he's about 205 pounds. And then our center, Luca, did not want to play center at all, came into the year, didn't want to play it at all. Now we've all got that mindset, it don't matter where we're playing. We're just going to have fun and do our thing.
That's awesome.
Is the Messer kid, is that the one whose dad works at Bethel, used to coach at Tuscola, or no?
Well, actually, so after our basketball coach left and all, the Tuscola job freed up. So now he's the head basketball coach at Tuscola. But
wow. I got you. So I'm going to say, so you faced some strong defenses this year. I mean, no matter what I say, you have. So which impressed you the most, and what did you take away from that game?
I feel like a lot of people after last year, our run game was kind of iffy. We passed the ball a lot, and this year, I feel like the off season kind of helped me a lot. I kind of was working every day. I shed about 25 pounds off from last year to try and get a little bit quicker and more explosive. So this year, my motto has been the same. I don't really juke. I don't really like to juke, if you want me to be completely honest. I'd rather just run straight. And I think my mindset the whole year is just, if you're in front of me, I'm going to run you over, no matter if you're 6'5", 380 pounds, or if you're a corner. I like to keep that mindset.
So that takes me into the next question. So you had a good season last year. I think you had 700 some yards rushing. This season, it seems like you've had 700 some yards rushing the last 2 weeks. So as far as your growth goes, you cut 25 pounds, and you said this year you're better. You seem like you're better mentally. Is that correct?
Yes, way better. I was just a wrestler at the time, and all my mind was focused on wrestling. Kind of got to tune that out until wintertime, and because I don't know what I'm gonna do yet after high school, so I had to bring football back in. I kind of found a second love for the game this year, and I think it's just kind of the bond I rebuilt with my team, and that's been a lot to help me come back this year. My teammates just picking me up all the time.
So second question on that, you said you lost 25 pounds. How do you think will that help you in wrestling, or would you prefer to wrestle up in weight, or?
I came in football season last year weighing about 227, and I cut down and was able to maintain. You know how wrestling is. Conditioning is crazy. So yeah, I lost about 18 pounds literally just practicing in the first week. So I was weighing about 208 last wrestling season. So I'm going to try and eat and stay around 208. I weigh about 203 now. So hopefully I'm going to stay 215 this year, though, because with the looks at it in 4A, the kid that's projected to be in the state finals with me, I teched him last year. So by looks at it, I'm going to stay 215.
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
So back to the football aspect of it, what would you say your favorite run of the season's been so far? Like the one play that's just really stands out in your mind?
Most definitely the 84-yard touchdown run against Tuscola, because
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
In a crowd like that, but it wasn't even that. It was the fact that the hole that you could put a chuck through, and then the fact is the video they put on Asheville Citizen Times where I hurdled the guy, just hearing the Tuscola fans in the background saying he hurdled him, and then about the opposite 40-yard line, I caught a calf cramp. And that was probably the worst pain I've ever felt in my life, having to run like 40 yards down the field to score a touchdown. And then at the very end, it's funny. If you watched it, I fell on the ground, and my teammates, there's a picture of it lifting my legs up in the air, trying to stretch out my calves.
Yeah, we saw it. So I saw the video, and that's kind of what had us asking about, is Pope getting worn down? Which I appreciated your response. You feel like he's just been born, baby. But we saw that video where he started pulling up a little bit, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I hope he's all right. So it was just a cramp.
Yeah, it was just a cramp. I actually had to go on the sideline and chug pickle juice after that. It was terrible.
Me and Warren had actually just come on to we waited in the concession stand line for what felt like 10 years. But then we're like, we're going to walk over to Pisgah side and check it out. And I kid you not, as soon as we got down to right there where y'all was, I can't remember if he was on around the 20, 25, something like that. We were standing there watching it and we seen you hurdle that kid. And I was like, God dang it. It was a fantastic run.
I mean, hell, you cramped up at the 40 or 30 and they still couldn't catch you.
Yeah. I ended up having a double calf cramp. I ran the ball from the 40 and I caught one. And as soon as I got in the end zone, the other one started cramping up on me. And I was like, oh, crap. And then I was telling the ref, I was like, I'm fine. Just let him kick the field goal. And he blew the whistle and Coach Brindley had to come over there. And he was like, toughen up, cupcake. That's what he told me. I was like, okay.
Well, that's good, man. We're glad you didn't get injured on that play. Cramps happen. So walk us through your mindset on game day. What's your preparation like before kickoff?
It's very different than you would think of what people have. I kind of relax and lay myself back. I listen to a lot of white girl music for the game. I'm just kind of
okay. Hold on. We got to hear what's some white girl music. I bet Warren listens to the same stuff.
Taylor Swift.
Yep. Taylor Swift, Katy Perry.
I like it.
Yeah. And then, but actually for the Tuscola game, I listened to some dad rock. But other than that, it's been white girl music. If I tense myself up more, I feel like I don't play as good because I get nervous. And usually if I'm not nervous, I actually play a lot better.
Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. You listen to Spice Girls, it adds a couple extra yards per carry. So you need yeah.
You got any pregame rituals or superstitions, anything like that? Or are you just chilling, listening to some Katy Perry?
Have y'all ever seen Shadur Sanders? And he does the watch. Yeah, well, I'm actually a big Colorado fan. I don't know if y'all like that or not. I draw a watch, my wrist tape, before every game that has the time 7:30 on it. And then I write LLPP for my great grandma. And then, it's usually my superstition. And then I have to tie my cleats really tight. If they're too loose, I'm not going to play good. I have to tie them until my feet are about to bust out of my cleat.
I think the watch with your grandma is freaking awesome, my man.
Yeah.
All right. So Pisgah's been playing with a lot of energy lately. What's the vibe like in the locker room? So I know you previously said we're going to basically break everyone's teeth in. Is that what it is, pregame? We're going to go here and we're going to break some necks.
Oh, yeah. That's literally our our biggest thing is our weight room. I feel like that's where a lot of our power truly comes from, is how serious we take the weight room. And that is the biggest aspect. And then, if you build on the weight room, Pisgah's always been known as trying to be the most physical team around here in Western North Carolina. And I feel like Coach Brindley's added a more additive vibe to that too by bringing the weight room into it. And that's just what our O-line does at the beginning of the year. If you would have seen them from this off season to now, you would have been like, who are these kids? They have came up so tremendously, especially for not being the biggest. They might not be the biggest, but they're probably the most physical line around here. And it's truly amazing for me to watch, because I'm like, holy crap, a good offensive line's amazing, It's truly amazing.
So what are you benching right now, if you don't mind me asking?
335. It's my weak squat. Don't ask me.
All right, what are you squatting then?
Around 615.
God dang.
Yep. That's down to medicine ball. So I'm going below 90.
So outside of Coach Brindley, because I know he'll scream and holler. Who would you say to the loudest voice on the field in practice games? Who would that be?
Player wise, definitely our newcomer, Jackson Lehman. He's got a little bit of that psycho vibe to him. He's like a Brian Dawkins type of guy. Just screams and keeps all the energy on the field. And then coaching wise, definitely Coach Hanna. he played for Pisgah back in the day, so he's got that. You know, he knows everything to him, and he just gets hyped. Like when he gets hyped, he just all of his energy comes out. No matter if he was in a library or on a football field, wherever he's thinking about football.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of him coaching on the sidelines, and you can tell how locked in he is and have fun with it. And I totally get it. I mean, I'm not up to that level yet on varsity, but I mean, I can only imagine how awesome it is to coach on Friday nights, especially to a good group of kids. So, another question for you: when the game's on the line, who in the huddle is rallying the team the most?
I feel like it's definitely it's definitely our O-line as a unit is usually up there. Cheering. It's basically our whole offense. Usually you come up and they're like, let's go. Let's get these extra 3 to 4 yards if it's 4th and 2 or 4th and 3. And it's not just our O-line that's blocking great. Our wide receivers on the perimeter have been blocking tremendous lately, and that's a big impact whenever we're running on the outside. So, I mean, the whole unit. It's really nice because this year it's not more about our stats or anything like that. It's more about the team. And that's what's nice. Do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go with the next one. So Pisgah football has a tight-knit community. Community's great. Canton, Bethel, whatever. So what does it mean for you to play for that fan base and that tradition? Because I know you previously came from a school and then you went to Pisgah, which has way better tradition. So yeah, what does it mean to play for that fan base and that tradition? Because we were at the Pisgah-Tuscola game, and the Pisgah stands were as loud or louder than the Tuscola fans, which obviously you guys were outnumbered, which you guys were up 21-0 in like 7 minutes, which I'm sure that played a factor. But what does it mean on a serious note? What does it mean to play for that fan base and that tradition?
It's really amazing considering we've went through 2 floods since I was in 8th grade. And the first thing that was rebuilt after Hurricane Helene 2.5 weeks later was the football field that was literally vanished. And they literally did all the stuff in about 2.5 weeks so we could play Tuscola my junior year at home. Having that crowd, it's a momentum changer, especially at home. And having that crowd being behind your back is actually truly amazing. Funny story, my freshman year, we had a playoff game at Dudley. And you get to Dudley, and it's an hour and a half before the game, and the away side's already full, and Dudley has like 4 fans. And that was probably the thing I've ever seen in my life, is how our stadium was filled 3.5 hours away, and Dudley had 3 fans. So it's just it's truly crazy. Like, you'll never find another place like Pisgah when it comes to having a community behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pisgah fans will travel. They're passionate. For sure. So a few more quick fun ones for you, and then we'll let you get out of here. Again, we appreciate you taking time. We're talking to Landon Pope, running back for Pisgah. What's it like having a burger named after you?
Oh, it's amazing. Especially going in there and getting it for free.
Yeah, they better give it to you for free. You're the one marketing it.
Does
it taste good?
Oh, it's amazing. They told me to make the craziest burger I've ever heard of. So me and a buddy went up there, and we literally took us 20 minutes to just think of a creative burger to make. And we wrote it down on a piece of paper, and I'm in there at least 3 times a week eating that burger.
Nice. So give a quick shout out to the restaurant it's at again and what the name of it is.
Herman's Burger Bar in Canton. When you go over there, just ask for the Pope Smash Burger, and they'll know exactly what it is.
All right. Good deal. Everybody listening, go get you a Pope Smash.
All right, I got one more for you, or maybe 2 more. Who's the funniest guy on the team?
So his name's Harris McClure. He runs an account on Instagram called The Locker Room. I don't know if y'all seen it or not. Go look it up after this.
Okay.
Yeah, go on to follow that one.
He is by far the funniest kid on the football team. He comes up with these AI videos and all these jokes all the time. Like, there's nothing that's not funny that doesn't come out of his mouth. Like, it is hilarious. He just goofs off around the whole time, or he'll make funny jokes. And the Locker Room, go look it on my Instagram. It is the funniest post ever, especially after Tuscola. It was hilarious.
Well, I'm going to ask you my final question. I want you to describe Pisgah football in 1 word.
I say violence.
Violence. Nice.
I can get that one.
I like it.
I like that.
All right. One final one for you. What's your message to the Pisgah fans as you head toward the postseason?
It's going to make a deep run. Hopefully make it far. It's my last ride, so I want to end it with a bang. And, we're gonna go deep. We're going to see as far as we can go, hopefully to the state championship, and just keep proving the doubters wrong.
Y'all keep breaking teeth and you keep running with violence, then you guys have a chance.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's right. You got to prove Corey wrong.
That's my plan.
Hey,
He's
listen.
my motivation.
Hey, listen. I will say, I know I give y'all a lot of grief. Part of that's the Enka boy in me, I guess. But like I said, if y'all want to prove to me that you're great, go out there and beat Brevard, which I ain't doubting that you can. Me and Warren are going to come to that game. But so far, man, y'all just keep trucking, keep playing ball. Y'all are a solid team for sure.
Thank you, and hopefully we will.
Hopefully we insulting him by saying solid.
Well, thanks again, Landon. We appreciate you coming on for a little bit and talking to us. Good luck against East this week, Brevard the next week, and then it's playoff time, baby. Best of luck.
Yep. Thank you.
Hey, good luck, man.
Yeah, good luck, man. See you.
We appreciate Landon Pope taking time to join us, and good luck to them the rest of the season, despite what Corey says. But now, it's time for our certified Dogs of the Week.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Christian Conley from Brevard. I know we talk about Brevard's loaded. They got all these talented players, great players. He threw for 255, 4 touchdowns, 12 for 17. Great win over West Henderson. I don't think Conley's talked about enough, so he's my certified dog of the week.
My certified dog of the week is Jordan Buford from Hendersonville, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns on 8 carries, scored on a 71-yard catch, and he had a 63-yard pick six to help his Bearcats steamroll Avery County last Friday. Jordan Buford, you are a certified dog.
I'm taking Tay Williams from Asheville High. Williams was 14 for 18 for 313 yards with 5 total touchdowns, and also leading his team in a big-time comeback and a big-time win. He had 3 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing. Tay Williams' son, certified dog.
Now it's time for our Game of the Week preview, boys. This is the one everyone's been waiting for. Mountain Heritage, 7-1, rolling into Hendersonville at 7-1. Both of them sitting at 4-0 in conference play. And this matchup decides the champion for the Western Highlands Conference. It's also huge for state playoff seeding. The winner gets a major boost heading into the postseason. You've got Hendersonville's explosive offense facing a tough, physical Mountain Heritage squad that loves to pound you to death with the triple option. 2 very different styles, but one big prize. Expect a playoff atmosphere, a lot of emotion, and 4 quarters of championship-level football. Boys, I can't wait for this one.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit this one up, man. I got to figure out how I'm going to get out there. I could drive. I'm not really trying to, but I'm definitely going to make it happen somehow, one way or another, because, I think this is going to be a phenomenal game.
I think this game's going to come down to Jerron Ward. Mountain Heritage is going to run the ball nonstop, but Jerron Ward is such a fantastic athlete, not even run the ball, but also throwing the ball as well. So, yeah, that's Jerron Ward is the key player, not Cason Jones, not Dayton. Jerron Ward is going to be the player of the game to look after, in my opinion.
So one thing to note, Mountain Heritage has won 9 of the last 10 matchups over Hendersonville. That's pretty good. That's a good record. So, Hendersonville's itching to finally get one over on them. I think the game's decided on the ground. Mountain Heritage has been unstoppable for most of the season. They're averaging 312.8 rushing yards per game. That's crazy. But it's not like Hendersonville struggles in that department either. As they're averaging 202 yards rushing. So there's a good chance that Friday's game can turn into a tough fight on the ground. And Warren, to your point, Jerron Ward could be the difference maker. If he can throw the ball effectively, in addition to what they can do on the ground, that could put the Bearcats over the top.
If Hendersonville can run the ball effectively and you got a quarterback like Jerron Ward, running the ball always opens up the passing game. So if Hendersonville can run the ball, I mean, don't have to do some Mountain Heritage type stuff and run for 350 yards or something like that, but just enough, 150, 200 yards to open up the passing game a little bit. They can definitely put up what I would consider a slight upset. Some people would consider this a toss-up game, but I think it would be a very slight upset.
I think Hendo's got to jump on them early, make Mountain Heritage play from behind, force them to throw the ball. That's going to be key for them.
Even then, I don't even know if Mountain Heritage would even throw the ball. I think they'd stick with the game plan with Jones, and
that's what I'm saying. Though I think you go up 21-0 going into halftime or something like that.
That would work.
I said if you do that, then you've got to throw the ball. Like you can only run the ball so many times, especially if you're not moving it in the first half. You might have to come up with something else. We'll have to see what Deaton's got in him.
What about these teams? Hendersonville averaging 47.5 points a game and Mountain Heritage averaging 43.4. I mean, are we going to have a little shootout on our hands?
We could. I don't know, because I think both teams' defenses are solid too. Like Hendersonville's really stepped up over the course of the year, so I don't know. It's hard to tell. These teams are just so good and very different. It's hard to see which style is going to come out on top.
I love the contrast in styles between these two teams. Like you said, Caleb, got a team like Hendersonville that can not only run the ball pretty effectively, not as effectively as Mountain Heritage, but they can pass in 200-plus yards a game. And Ward's a dynamic quarterback. So,
yeah,
I know Deaton's not a slouch. I mean, I'm talking about Ward like he's Michael Vick, and Deaton's like Jake Plummer or something, but Deaton's no slouch as well.
Well, we don't see Deaton throw a lot, right? Because in that offense, he just doesn't toss it that much. So it's hard to say if he can come through for him if they do go down late and he's got to make some plays through the air. It'll be interesting to see. One thing I want to highlight is they've played a lot of common opponents, just not only being in the region but the same conference, obviously. Hendersonville had that loss to Erwin. Warren, you touched on that a little bit when we were talking about Erwin's game from last week. They lost to them, and really they should have lost by double digits. Like Hendersonville had a crazy comeback to put that one into overtime.
Yeah.
Mountain Heritage pretty much handled business with Erwin from beginning to finish to start the year. So I don't know. They both played Madison. That was a blowout win. They both played Avery County. Talked about that. Those were blowouts. Mitchell won those handedly. So they've beaten the same teams by about the same amounts outside of that Erwin game.
Well, I think that Erwin game is kind of an anomaly. Erwin, it might be one of the most bipolar teams I've seen in a while because they have such a spread of talent. And if they're on it, they can beat anyone like they did Hendersonville. But when they're not, they might just get their ass whipped. I mean, that's just to be completely honest with you. So I'll throw that Erwin game out of there. It's like Mountain Heritage. I think they lost to Swain County, I believe.
Yeah.
Swain County's a solid squad. And Hendersonville lost to Erwin. Erwin was, as Corey, Erwin was on it that game. And then they, as Corey likes to say, must have,
ran out of gas.
Threw in the flag, ran out of gas, threw in the towel. And it's like, hey, we'll let him back in the game. But this is a solid matchup.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into our picks for it. Warren, start us off.
I would really like to pick Hendersonville. I think they're one of the hottest, if not the hottest team in Western North Carolina right now. But until Mountain Heritage can prove me wrong with Case and Jones and Deaton and all them, I got to pick Mountain Heritage by 3. This has the potential to be one of the games of the year in Western North Carolina.
I think the Bearcats defense has cleaned up their discipline and made big strides over the course of the year. And look, if you've lost 9 out of your last 10, your luck has to start changing sometime. On Friday night, Lady Luck smiles on Hendersonville, North Carolina, home of the Apple Festival, and the Bearcats go bobbing for a conference championship. Give me Hendersonville by 4.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm with you, Warren. I mean, you're on Ward, Hendersonville. They got some studs. I just think Mountain Heritage is going to be too much. They're going to control the clock with the triple option. I think Case and Jones has a standout game. I got to go Mountain Heritage by 10 here.
All right. Let's see how this game shapes up. I'm pumped for it. We'll be tuned in, whether in person or watching on NFHS. And if you see Corey out there rocking a Mountain Matchups hoodie, come say what up to him. And Warren,
yeah, don't be mean to him either.
Warren, that's your favorite stadium, too, in WNC so far that you've been to, isn't it? Hendersonville?
Oh, that stadium's absolutely phenomenal. It's beautiful.
It's going to be a great atmosphere, so we can't wait. Good luck to both teams. Let's get into our quick pick 9, fellas. Recap of the standings. Me and Corey went 10-0 last week. Corey is now at 64-15. I'm at 55-24. I gained 2 games on Warren, who's now in third place at 53-26. Now, Warren went 8-2 last week. That's still very good, but it's not undefeated like me and Corey. I think that altitude at Buffalo or something get into your head. I don't know. Is there altitude there? I don't know. Maybe you took a dip in Niagara Falls and some water got between your ears.
I was going to say something. I'm not going to say it.
Hey, I've had several wrong predictions this year, though.
Yeah, 15 to be precise.
I feel like Corey's hinting at something, but we'll move into the games.
I know what you're hinting at now. Let's go.
I'm about to say, man, wake up now.
Let's start with North Buncombe, 2-6, go into Asheville, 3-5. Pretty comparable records there, Corey. What's going to happen?
Comparable by numbers, but not the teams that they've played. Give me the Cougars by 32.
Yeah, Asheville reminds me just like Erwin. I know Erwin's 2-6, I think, something like that. Asheville's 3-5, but they're both talented teams. North Buncombe's 2-6, but there's so much talent discrepancy. I hope the Blackhawks actually pull it out. I'm not a big Asheville fan, but give me Asheville up at 28.
So in the new playoff format, the top 48 teams in each class get in the playoffs. The Blackhawks are currently at the 48th ranked spot in 5A RPI. If they can upset Asheville, it would go a long way towards securing a playoff spot for North Buncombe. Give me Asheville by 35. Enka, 2-6 at AC Reynolds, 5-3. The Rockets are hot. Warren.
Well, Enka is definitely going to average more than 1 yard per carry this game. That being said, give me Reynolds by 31. The Rockets are plowing into the Jets.
Yeah, I got to talk more about playoffs because they're coming up. So Enka is currently 50th in 5A RPI. So they're just outside of making the playoffs. If they can go on the road, pull off a shocker and beat Reynolds, who is currently 11th in 6A RPI, they just might get in even if they were to lose to Asheville next week. I've got Reynolds by 40.
Yeah, I'm going to keep this one somewhat, respectful so I don't get yelled at by many people, but give me the Rockets by 28.
So let's be honest right quick. Does Enka have a chance in hell against Reynolds? I think
it would be the upset of the year.
Speak to me for a second. Let's say Enka just runs the ball with Parham 50 times like Pisgah does with Pope. And just like, Parham. I don't know, switch it up a little bit. Enka can still make the playoffs.
They could. I think they have to win one of Reynolds or Asheville. They got to.
I don't understand, though, because Enka waxed North Buncombe. Like, that's so stupid. They have the same record. Probably will end with the same record. And Enka literally obliterated the Blackhawks.
I think this whole damn playoff system's freaking stupid. You have like 140. You might as well put the whole state in the playoffs. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Then you got RPIs.
Hey.
I feel like Jay Billis is going to come on and start talking about this stuff. But we could
Warren,
do an episode about that because I think it's absolutely.
Let's do a selection
stupid.
Sunday.
Warren, it's about the kids. It's about the kids. They want more kids to have the opportunity to play some meaningful postseason ball. Is that so wrong?
It's about the money. I guarantee you. It's more teams that get in, the more money someone's making. I don't know who the hell is making the money, but this whole put 60 teams, 50 teams into the playoffs is the dumbest stuff I've seen in a long time.
It's not about the money. Money.
We could do a whole different. We'll go on. Sorry, my bad.
You're fine. I like it. Yeah, so we're all taking the Rockets to win big. in R.L. Dalton Stadium. TC Roberson 5-3 at Erwin 2-6. Boys, the Rams are rolling. Decimated Enka last week. Erwin suffered a really tough defeat to a gritty Asheville team. The Warriors need this game to help their playoff seeding. Get me TC by 14, which sets up an epic showdown with Reynolds next week for the MAC championship game. Corey, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Erwin is going to come back, really playing hard because they know they should have won last Friday. They had it in their grasp and let it slip away. It's at Erwin, but for this reason, I think Erwin's going to play hard. So I think it's a little bit closer of a game than what you picked, but I'm still taking TC by 7.
This is a trap game for Roberson. Erwin's got way too much talent. They should have beat Asheville. They beat Hendo. They have just as much, if not more, talent than TC, but they just find ways to screw it up. That being said, I gotta take TC by 10. Although I think Erwin can very well win this game and make the playoffs because of wins like this and Hendo.
West Henderson 5-3 at North 3-5. Corey, that sneaky Knights team we've talked about all year. Can they do it against West at home?
Man, I really wanted to roll with them, but I think it's going to be a shootout, and I think it's going to be a lot of back and forth, a lot of Zane McCraw versus Parker Willis. We know that. But just from what I've seen when I went to the North Henderson and Pisgah game, North Henderson's rush defense is not so good. And with Zane McCraw being able to get a lot of touches, get his yards, plus you have Cade Young to keep the defense honest, I'm taking West by 7.
Yeah, North Henderson star running back Parker Willis will run for 250 yards, and West will still win by 14.
I think Parker Willis might very well be the most talented, as far as raw talent, the most talented running back in West North Carolina. But West Henderson just has, to be honest with you, they just have the much better overall team. So I got to take West by 17.
Brevard 8-0, our number 1 ranked team, going to Tuscola 4-4. I think Tuscola was on a bye week last week after they suffered that loss in the county clash to Pisgah. Warren, are they going to bounce back coming off a bye against the top-ranked team?
No, they're going to get absolutely annihilated. I'm going Brevard by 24, and that's being very polite.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. After me and you went and watched them play against Pisgah and seen that type of show in a huge rivalry, and Pisgah just walked the dog, I got Brevard. I'm going to go reciprocal here for you, 42.
Oh, I like it.
Reciprocal. Huh.
You like that? And I'm not even a mathematician.
Yeah, the Blue Devils are a little banged up. I'm concerned about Kessinger long-term for Brevard, but in this game, they're still too much for the Mountaineers with what they got. I got Brevard by 27, and they secure at least a share of the Mountain 8 Conference Championship.
Hey, and that's the first time being in this conference, too. This is their first year in it, so.
Come in and just dominate.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Smoky Mountain 3-5, going to Franklin at 6-2. I think the Mustangs stall in Cullowhee. I've got Franklin by 35.
Yeah, this game could actually get really ugly really quick. I'll go Franklin by 31.
Not far behind you. I'm taking Franklin by 28. I think they're just going to be too much, especially the run game. I've seen Smoky Mountain struggled this year, so yep, give me the Panthers.
Hayesville at 5-3, going to Murphy 6-2. Corey, it's a battle between your boys Trey Graves and Cameron Clem. What do you see happening?
I see that Trey Graves will get his, but it's not going to be enough. I think Murphy just overpowers them. They got way too much talent. Give me Murphy by 35.
I won't go that far. Give me Murphy by 24. Hayesville's not. They're like one of those. I know the record's 5-3, but they're one of the middle of the road teams. And Murphy, they're just a good ass team. Give me Murphy by 24.
Make it a clean sweep for the Bulldogs yet again. I've got them by 31 over Hayesville. Swain County 5-3, going to Rosman 2-7. Rosman just had a tough blowout loss. Swain County's stout. Warren, what's Swain's defense going to do to Rosman?
No one likes to see teams get blown out like Rosman did last week, but too bad it's going to happen again this week. Give me Swain County by 38.
Yep. I've got my Maroon Devils by 36, and I'm also calling 5 forced turnovers for their defense.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go as far as Warren did in his Enka prediction, but I'm going to get pretty dang close. I'm going to go Swain by 56.
That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points.
That would be the most Swain scored all year, I'm pretty sure. Like easily.
Well, it's very, very likely to happen this Friday.
It could happen. Some teams get a little down towards the end of the year when they realize there's not much left to play for. But we'll see. Rosman, go out there and fight, baby. Show Swain what's up. Madison, going into Mitchell. The Patriots are 4-5. The Mountaineers are 4-4. These Patriots don't have Drake May. I've got the Mountaineers by 34.
Not too far behind you there. I got to take Mitchell by 27.
I mean, you guys talk about Mitchell like there's some kind of wagon. Like, give me Madison by 21. Let's go, boys. Give me Madison by 21.
All right.
No screwing around. Get to the point. Run the football. Play defense. And beat them. Let's go.
Now Mitchell fans are really going to hate you.
Warren is a true patriot. I'm going to start calling him Mel Gibson.
That's a great movie, by the way.
It's an amazing movie. I love it.
I might watch it now.
That's our second Mel Gibson movie reference. We did Braveheart earlier in the year. It's just a theme now. So that's our Quick Pick 9, and that is another episode down for the Mountain Matchups podcast. Boys, how you feeling about it?
I feel fantastic. How you feel about it, Corey?
I feel pretty good.
I'm just glad you're back, Warren. It wasn't the same without you. Corey
I'm sure you two did great. Actually, I know you two did great. I listened to it.
Yeah,
this kitchen's not the same without you.
Let my people go.
Well, how did we go from SpongeBob to that?
to freaking 10 Commandments.
What? That's
from hanging out with your mom, isn't it?
I'm calling Dennis right now. I had enough of this.
Yeah, was Charlton Heston up there? Did she have like a shrine dedicated to him at her house in Buffalo?
God. Got it. I mean, let's be honest. Charlton Heston was a stud back in the day.
He was. But not as much as you. That's it. We're getting out of here. Good luck to everyone this week. We're excited to watch the games. We'll see you next week. Love you guys.
Love you, brother.